First contact and defiance. The quantum anomaly detector chimed softly in Dr. Ilara Chen's laboratory deep beneath the Rocky Mountains. At first, she dismissed it as another false positive. The detector had been temperamental since installation. But when the pattern repeated with increasing intensity, she knew this was different. The reading didn't match anything in Earth's quantum signature database. Command, this is Chen at Quantum Division. I'm picking up something unusual. 12 hours later, the world changed forever. The massive ship appeared without warning, materializing just beyond lunar orbit. Unlike the sleek vessels of science fiction, this craft resembled an obsidian cathedral, all jagged angles and impossible geometries that hurt the human eye to observe directly. Earth's combined space defense fleet mobilized immediately, taking positions around the planet as smaller craft surrounded the International Space Station and the lunar colony. Admiral Marcus Rivera stood on the bridge of the UES Intrepid, the flagship of Earth's nascent defense force. At 53, he had the weathered look of someone who had seen conflict across Earth's trouble spots, but nothing had prepared him for this moment. "Anything from the alien vessel?" he asked Lieutenant Patel at Communications. "Nothing, sir. We've transmitted on all known frequencies. No response." Then, without warning, every electronic device on Earth capable of displaying an image flickered simultaneously. The same message appeared everywhere, from military-grade displays to children's tablets, a series of geometric symbols that rapidly translated themselves into every human language. "We are EKEVOIDBOR. Your species HASBEENASCCSSED and and wanting. Surrender your world or face EXTINC2IN. You have authority HOURS to COMMPLI." The message was followed by a demonstration of power that left no doubt of their technological superiority. A beam of coherent energy lanced from the alien vessel toward Mars, striking Phobos. The small moon didn't explode. It simply ceased to exist, converted entirely to energy in a brilliant flash that temporarily outshone the sun. In the war room beneath Geneva, the United Earth Defense Council convened an emergency session. Representatives from every nation gathered around the circular table, faces drawn with tension. "They can clearly wipe us out with minimal effort," said the Chinese delegate. "Perhaps compliance is the only logical choice." "Compliance is surrender," countered Admiral Rivera, who had been shuttled back to Earth for the emergency meeting. "And we have no guarantee they'll honor any terms." The debate raged for hours until Dr. Chen was brought in to present her findings. "The quantum readings from their ship are unlike anything we've ever seen," she explained, projecting a holographic model of the energy signature. "But there's something strange about it. The pattern reveals vulnerabilities, places where their quantum field technology intersects with conventional physics. If we can disrupt those intersections—" "You're suggesting we can fight back?" asked President Alvarez. "I'm suggesting we might have a chance." Within hours, Project Firewall was born, a desperate multilateral effort to develop countermeasures against the void-borne technology. Research facilities worldwide redirected their efforts, with Dr. Chen leading the theoretical team and Admiral Rivera overseeing the practical application of any developments. The void-borne didn't wait the full 48 hours. 36 hours after their ultimatum, smaller craft descended from the mothership, heading toward strategic locations across Earth. Their first target was the lunar colony. Colonel Sophia Hasegawa commanded the Lunar Defense Forces, 300 soldiers, and 4 antiquated railguns that seemed laughably inadequate against the approaching threat. "Hold your positions," she ordered as 3 alien vessels approached the colony's main dome. "Wait for my signal." The alien craft approached with methodical precision, stopping just outside the range of the railguns. A hatch opened on the lead vessel, and several figures emerged. Tall, willowy beings with 6 limbs and skin that seemed to shift colors like oil on water. They wore no environmental suits despite the vacuum of the lunar surface. Colonel Hasegawa met them at the airlock, accompanied by her second-in-command and 2 security officers. The aliens entered without awaiting permission, their movements fluid and unsettling. "Your resistance is futile," spoke the lead alien, its voice somehow projecting directly into their minds. "We have conquered 17 worlds before yours. None have survived defiance. Why attack us at all?" Hasegawa asked. "We've done nothing to you." "Your potential," replied the alien. "Your species shows signs of eventual advancement that would threaten our dominion. Better to eliminate the threat now." Back on Earth, Dr. Chen's team worked frantically, fueled by caffeine and desperation. The breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Dr. Kwame Osai, a quantum physicist from Ghana who had been exploring theoretical applications of quantum entanglement disruption. Their technology relies on quantum coherence across multiple dimensions, he explained to Dr. Chen. "If we can generate an anti-phase disruption field, we could temporarily disable their systems." Chen finished, eyes widening. "Kwame, you're brilliant." The lunar colony fell within hours, the aliens establishing a forward base with minimal resistance. Earth watched in horror as the colony's communication went silent. Admiral Rivera coordinated Earth's defenses, knowing they would be the next target. But as the alien fleet approached Earth's orbit, Dr. Chen contacted him with urgent news. "We've done it. A prototype disruptor. It's untested, but how soon can it be deployed?" Rivera interrupted. "Hours, not days. But Admiral, it has a very limited range. We'd need to get it close to their command ship." Rivera made the decision instantly. "I'll take the Intrepid. We'll deliver your package personally." The UES Intrepid, accompanied by a small flotilla of support vessels, broke orbit and set course for the approaching alien fleet. It was a suicide mission, and everyone aboard knew it. "All hands, this is the Admiral," Rivera announced over the ship's comm. "Our mission is simple but critical. We deliver Dr. Chen's device to the alien mothership. The fate of Earth depends on our success." The Voidborn detected the approaching Earth vessels and dispatched interceptors, sleek craft that moved with impossible speed and precision. "Evasive maneuvers," barked Rivera as the first volley of alien energy weapons sliced through space around them. 3 support vessels erupted into flames before they could react. The Intrepid shuddered as a glancing blow struck its port side. "Damage report. Hull breach on decks 4 through 6, sealing emergency bulkheads," reported Commander Wei from Tactical. Despite the overwhelming odds, the Intrepid fought its way closer to the alien mothership. Each kilometer gained paid for in human lives. Support craft sacrificed themselves to clear a path, their crews facing certain death with unwavering courage. When the Intrepid was less than 5 kilometers from the mothership, Rivera gave the final order. "Deploy the disruptor." The device, hardly larger than a refrigerator, was launched from the Intrepid's torpedo bay, propelled toward the alien vessel. For a terrible moment, it seemed the mission would fail as alien point defense systems targeted the approaching device. Then it detonated. There was no explosion, no visible effect at all. For a heartbeat, nothing happened. Then, like dominoes falling in sequence, the alien vessels began to drift. Their lights flickered and died. Their weapons fell silent. The quantum disruption field had worked, temporarily scrambling the alien technology's underlying quantum matrix. Rivera didn't waste the opportunity. "All Earth vessels, this is Admiral Rivera. Target the disabled craft and fire at will." Earth's remaining ships unleashed everything they had against the temporarily vulnerable alien fleet. The mothership absorbed tremendous damage before the quantum disruption began to fade. As the alien systems came back online, Rivera sent one final message to Earth. "The disruptor works. Mass produce them immediately. We've bought you time." The Intrepid never returned, but its sacrifice delivered Earth's first victory against the Voidborn, and more importantly, proof that humanity could fight back. As the aliens retreated to regroup, Dr. Chen and her global team of scientists refined the quantum disruption technology, preparing for the next inevitable confrontation. Earth's message to the Voidborn was clear. Humanity would not surrender without a fight. The quantum gambit. 3 weeks after the intrepid sacrifice, Earth was a planet transformed. Former adversaries worked together with singular purpose, factories repurposed to produce quantum disruptors, and civilian populations mobilized for what might be humanity's final stand. Dr. Chen hadn't slept properly in days, her laboratory becoming both workplace and living quarters. The refined quantum disruptors were more powerful, with greater range and duration, but she knew the Voidborn would adapt. Intelligence gathered from the lunar colony suggested they were already modifying their technology. "We need something more permanent than temporary disruption," she told the Defense Council during a secure video conference. "Something that strikes at the fundamental principles of their technology." President Alvarez looked exhausted, dark circles under her eyes. "What do you suggest, Doctor?" "A quantum entanglement cascade. Instead of merely disrupting their systems, we entangle them with a controlled quantum state of our choosing." "In English, please," requested the Russian defense minister. Dr. Osei stepped in. "We hijack their technology rather than just disabling it. But to do this, we need to deploy the device at the heart of their fleet, ideally their homeworld." The silence that followed was deafening. "Impossible," someone finally said. "Not quite," interjected a new voice. Colonel Hasegawa appeared on screen, her face gaunt but determined. "I've escaped the lunar colony with critical intelligence. The Voidborn have a navigational matrix, coordinates to their staging area in the asteroid belt, and more importantly, to their homeworld." The revelation sparked urgent debate. A strike at the Voidborn homeworld would require resources Earth could ill afford to spare, yet could potentially end the conflict decisively. Colonel Hasegawa's escape had been nothing short of miraculous. Hidden among maintenance tunnels as the aliens secured the lunar colony, she'd observed their operations, learned fragments of their communication methods, and eventually commandeered a small supply shuttle during a moment of confusion when Earth's first quantum disruptor had temporarily disabled their systems. "Their homeworld is approximately 40 light-years from Earth," she explained. "But they've established a network of quantum gates for instantaneous travel. The nearest gate is in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter." General Diana Santos, who had assumed command after Admiral Rivera's loss, considered the options. "So we either strike at their asteroid belt base or attempt to use their own gate to reach their homeworld." "Both," Dr. Chen said firmly. "We divide our forces. One mission to destroy their forward base, another smaller team to infiltrate and use their gate." The plan was audacious to the point of insanity, but Earth had little choice. The Voidborn would return with adapted technology, and humanity needed to strike first. Preparation commenced immediately. Earth's remaining warships were equipped with the improved quantum disruptors. Meanwhile, a stealth vessel, the UES Spectre, was modified for the infiltration mission. Command of the Spectre fell to Commander Alexis Wright, a Special Forces veteran with a reputation for achieving the impossible. Her team consisted of 15 specialists, including Dr. Osei, to operate the advanced quantum technology. "This is a one-way trip," Wright told her team bluntly during their final briefing. "Our mission is to deliver this device to the Voidborn homeworld by any means necessary. Earth's survival depends on our success." No one flinched, no one resigned. Each understood the stakes. The combined Earth fleet departed under General Santos' command, while the Spectre took a separate trajectory, using the upcoming battle as cover for their infiltration. The Voidborn were waiting in the asteroid belt, their fleet reorganized and their technology modified. As Earth's vessels approached, the alien craft displayed new defensive measures, shifting quantum fields that adapted to incoming attacks. "They've evolved," General Santos observed grimly. "All vessels, initiate quantum strike pattern Alpha." Earth's ships launched their disruptors simultaneously, the combined quantum disruption creating overlapping fields of effect. Some Voidborn vessels faltered, but others remained operational. They shielded their primary systems, reported Tactical Officer Lieutenant Kim. Disruption effectiveness down to 60%. Press the attack, ordered Santos. We need to keep their attention focused on us. Meanwhile, the Spectre slipped through the chaos, its experimental stealth systems rendering it nearly invisible against the backdrop of the asteroid belt. Commander Wright navigated through debris and weapon fire with precision, guiding the vessel toward the alien quantum gate, a massive ring-like structure pulsing with energy. Active scan shows it's operational, reported Navigator Chen. No relation to Dr. Ilara Chen, but we'll need to crack their access protocols. Dr. Osei's fingers flew across his console. Working on it. Their quantum encryption is complex, but there are patterns. On the main battlefield, Earth's fleet was taking heavy losses. Despite their improved technology, the Voidborn's adaptations made them formidable opponents. Admiral, we've lost the Dauntless and the Shenzhen, reported Commander Dias. Quantum disruptors losing effectiveness with each deployment. Santos nodded grimly. They had anticipated this. Initiate Phase 2. Earth's vessels began deploying specialized missiles into the asteroid belt itself. These weren't conventional weapons but mass drivers, devices that altered the trajectories of smaller asteroids, sending them hurtling toward the Voidborn fleet. The aliens, focused on the energy weapons and quantum disruptors, were caught off guard by the primitive but effective tactic. Several vessels were struck directly, while others had to abandon formation to avoid collision. Aboard the Spectre, Dr. Osei finally broke through the alien encryption. I've got it. Coordinates locked for their homeworld. Commander Wright didn't hesitate. Take us through. The Spectre surged forward, entering the quantum gate. The sensation was indescribable. Reality seemed to fold around them, compressing infinite distance into a single point of transit. Then suddenly, they emerged into an alien star system. A massive planet loomed before them, surrounded by orbital structures that dwarfed anything humanity had built. That's their homeworld, Wright breathed. Prepare the quantum entanglement device. The Voidborn detected them immediately. Defensive platforms turned toward the Spectre, and smaller craft launched in pursuit. They're locking weapons, shouted Navigator Chen. Evasive action, ordered Wright calmly. Get us closer to that central structure. Dr. Osei finalized the programming on the quantum entanglement device, a creation that represented the pinnacle of human scientific achievement under pressure. Device ready. Optimal deployment range is 20 kilometers from their central command node. The Spectre weaved through increasingly dense defensive fire, taking hits that degraded their shields. Systems failed one by one as Wright pushed the ship beyond its limits. We're not going to make it to optimal range, she announced, checking the distance. We're at 43 kilometers and failing fast. Dr. Osei recalculated frantically. At this range, effectiveness drops to 70%. It might not be enough for complete cascade. Wright made her decision. We deploy now with what we have. Prepare for manual delivery. Manual? Osei looked up in shock. That means someone stays with the device to ensure proper alignment, Wright finished. I'll do it. Prepare the escape pods for the rest of you. Before anyone could protest, alarms blared as a critical hit severed the Spectre's main power conduit. Power failing. Weapons offline, reported the tactical officer. Wright's expression hardened. No more discussion. Launch the device. I'll pilot the ship directly into their command node. The quantum entanglement device, humanity's final move in this cosmic chess game, was armed. The crew evacuated to escape pods, leaving Commander Wright alone on the bridge. She opened a channel to the Voidborn command structure, using protocols Colonel Hasegawa had discovered. This is Commander Alexis Wright of Earth. We will not surrender. We will not be exterminated. This is humanity's final message. Attack us again, and none of your civilization will survive. She pushed the engines beyond safety margins, the Spectre accelerating toward the central Voidborn structure. Defensive fire intensified, but Wright's piloting kept the failing ship on course. In her final moments, as the Spectre collided with the alien command node, Wright activated the quantum entanglement device. The effect was instantaneous and cascade across the Voidborn civilization. Their technology, all of it interconnected through quantum entanglement, became linked to the human-designed quantum state. Earth didn't just disable their weapons, they gained access to their entire technological infrastructure. Back in the asteroid belt, the Voidborn fleet suddenly went dormant as the quantum cascade reached them through their network. General Santos, unsure what had happened, ordered a cautious approach. Then, a transmission, not from the Voidborn, but from one of the Spectre's escape pods. "General, this is Dr. Osei." Commander Wright succeeded. The quantum entanglement cascade worked even at reduced efficiency. The Voidborn technology is now linked to our control protocols. Earth had won not through superior firepower, but through ingenious application of science and uncompromising sacrifice. 2 months later, representatives of the Voidborn arrived on Earth, not as conquerors but as diplomats. Their once threatening presence now tempered by the knowledge that humans controlled the quantum link that could disable their civilization with a thought. Dr. Chen, now heading Earth's Interspecies Relations Division, met the alien delegation alongside President Alvarez. "Your species has proven itself worthy," admitted the Voidborn representative, its thought voice carrying reluctant respect. "In 17 conquests, none have defeated us." "We don't seek your destruction," President Alvarez replied. "Only our right to exist and determine our own future." A treaty was signed, the first interstellar agreement in human history. The Voidborn would withdraw, and humanity would maintain the quantum link as insurance against future aggression. As the alien delegates departed, Dr. Chen stood at the observation window, watching their ship rise into the atmosphere. "Do you think they'll honor the agreement?" asked President Alvarez. Chen smiled faintly. "They don't have much choice. But more importantly, they've learned something crucial about humanity." "What's that?" "That when pushed to the edge of extinction, humans don't just fight back. We evolve. We adapt. We overcome." She turned to face the president. "And that might be the most powerful message we could have sent to the stars." Above them, the Voidborn ship disappeared into the sky, carrying word to the wider galaxy. Humanity had drawn its line in the cosmos, and crossed it would be at one's peril.